It's time for me to move my spy cells forward. I need to find out where exactly everybody is. So I can see already 2 spies here. And I wonder, do I really need that many spies north to go to Bactria? I probably don't need to, because there's 2 here already. 1 here would certainly be enough to spy on these 3 cities that we're going to face when the rest of Parthia's and Armenia's settlements are taken. Now this spy can certainly move west and show me more about things that are going on here. And so I'm going to order him to go here. As you can see, most of the times close to that canal that connects today's Turkey with the rest of Europe lies Constantinopolis, or equivalent of that settlement right there. And it's most of the time always depicted as a truly large settlement out there. However, in this time it's Antheia, and it's not even considered to be a provincial capital or a truly large and magnificent settlement. It's just another land where people reside. That's it. Nothing special. What I've noticed is that these people, Arhodos from Arhodis, have managed to establish themselves a foothold here inside, probably by fighting Parthia. Then they have managed to build themselves a relatively strong navy consisting of 3 navies that would amount to more than two powerful navy fleets. And then they have won decisive victories against Macedon, or have used the situation when Macedon has lost decisive victories against Parthia, decisive battles. They lost against Parthia, and they have been besieged by Arhodas. So this nation, Arhodas, coming from this island, has actually managed to carve themselves a proper country here. I would advise them to take Crete, which is at that time higher up Bitna, and they would certainly be an empire right there. Obviously they would be a little overstretched. If you think about it, they can be attacked with navies, and that's a weakness, because navies are mostly useless. However, they can attack settlements, and in this case these islands would probably be attacked heavily by settlements. In any case, it's working out just fine so far for them. We'll certainly have to fight them if we want to dominate everything in this region. However, maybe we won't have to fight them as quickly as I think. As you can see here, Bactria had its armies in allied territories, that's Armenia, and we have effectively taken these territories. Now Bactria probably would have been a really great deterrent here to my invading forces. However, Bactria never really got involved into fighting, and all in all, they are relatively safe as far as I know. As you can see, they're fighting Syracuse, that's not bordering them. They're fighting Sparta, which isn't bordering them either, even if it's really large right now. After that, they're fighting the slaves, which is the enemy of everybody. Slaves are pretty much rebels, people that got enslaved due to one reason or another and rising against their masters. So that's like the homeless people of today getting together and rising against the country that they live in, and they become enemy of everybody, right? Because they don't have a place to live nor the food to eat, and so on and so forth. And so they never really got involved against the war, in a war against us, and so it's fine. Now what I'm a little bit worried here is that, you see, due to expansionism, these nations here, they will certainly hate me if they won't have exactly the same enemies fighting as I am. So the fact that they're fighting the enemies of mine, that makes us truly friends, truly friendly. However, only the fact that we are military allies would only give us so much, which isn't much at all when it comes to relationship. So that's liberated blemis 9, treaties with blemis 35, and treaties with their allies it's just +2, and it wouldn't probably amount more than 60. However, expansionism is -100. That means it's really bad. Absolutely bad. That means that my satrapies our military allies would certainly rebel against me.
Attack!
In any case, I want to know if Armenia, which is, as you can see, quite heavily.
I am here then. Speak your words, and be sure that I find profit in them.
Quite heavily separated, they've been cut off, and they're being defeated, would certainly agree to peace. I wanted to know if I can make this peace and at the same time come up with some kind of a agreement where they would become my protectorate. However, as you have seen, I could only agree to peace and nothing else. So this isn't what I'm seeking, actually. This time we'll be fighting another major battle. In this case, their true navy will be supporting not soldiers on ships that are sailing to support the siege. However, this is their professional navy. Obviously, this navy does not consist of professional troops, many slingers, so for as long as we avoid the shores, things should be just fine for us. We'll be fighting in a fog this time. I certainly expect a quick victory here. So we go from one side there, and another attack needs to go from an opposing side. So that's this side right there. Done. So we all move in. Alright. As you can see, that navy men will soon start to board on the land. Look at that ship right there. It carried no soldiers whatsoever. And that's their... I understand now, this is the captain's ship. So there's probably... Oh, I can see now. You see, the slope is blocking our view. And due to the fact that the slope is blocking our view, we cannot see what's inside. But that's certainly not a big deal. Now in here, I've noticed that they do have spare infantry. Spare infantry would certainly be devastating for us. I'm sending everybody in as quickly as possible. My troops are going to take the town center, and after that we are going to go on some kind of a defensive position there. And so look at that, that's their first troops that are going to try and stop us here. But the numerical superiority that we possess is incredible. Okay, it's time for us to find targets, and so that's what I'm starting with here. As you can see, everybody's soon going to engage. Yes. You just engage here, this flank. More of their troops coming from all sides. Finally, we're getting engaged. Yes, things are looking good here. We're having a really nice battle. So far gaining victories. Now let's see what's in here. It looks like most of these are slingers. And so we'll attack slingers with our cavalrymen. This charge should be so devastating for them. They are going to fall fast. Really, really fast. In here there's some resistance, but that's not a big deal. In any case, it looks like there's not much that they're going to fall on here. The cavalry here has done an incredible job at dealing with their slingers, who would be a threat to our infantry, but certainly not to our cavalrymen. Look at that, they're running like a prey. There's so much cavalry that we can hold there. It's incredible. Now, as you can see, they still possess ships out there. These ships do carry a lot of soldiers with them, and we just need to intercept these. And we'll see where exactly these will try to land. And we'll be waiting for them. We'll be waiting for them on the other side. Now, as you can see, my cavalry have taken very little casualties. Very few casualties. And now we're going to engage them further. There's still one of their brigades here, but they will certainly turn their backs and run away. And that's a good example of why having cavalry is such a useful unit to have. Even when infantry is the backbone, cavalry can really deal well with skirmishers and hit enemies in the backs in this way, making things very, very difficult. As you can see, the navy once again turned around, so they can find a good place for themselves to land. That's fine. In any case, I'm gonna group soldiers on this right flank, and so I'm gonna hope that this is exactly where they are going to land. As you can see, my numbers here are numerous. we've taken very few losses. Things are going just fine so far. Let's not forget that by this time we have run out of money in the treasury. However, we are still making a lot. And that's due to the fact that I've rebuilt entire Middle East, made various treaties with my allies that cost me approximately 100,000 alone. And now I'll just have to live off my income as I once was living off my income only. Now it's time for me to wait until these ships end up choosing the right position to land. Now in here, as you can see, these ones got a little stuck. So that may be a little bit too problematic if we can't deal with them. Okay, so as you can see now, they already started to land. And so we're going to hit them. These spearmen here are truly not numerous. Okay. Look at that.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
We have managed to kill a large number of the troops just through the charge, and they have certainly been very wounded. And their spears have defended for a bit. However, the rest of these lingers that are trained to fight on ships are not going to be a big deal for our well-trained and experienced cavalrymen. As you can see, my cavalrymen carry javelins, so that's good. The only problem here is that I do not have heavy cavalry, which may be very useful, but that's the fighting choice of ours. That's probably due to the fact that we would prefer to kill stronger opponents with javelins and engage weaker opponents, and that's exactly what this nation is all about. Most of our troops carry some kind of a javelin with them, and even the cavalry would prefer to throw javelins before they engage, because this will inflict necessary casualties for them to win. This is smart. And look at that. Their captain, it looks like he's going to stay there for a bit. There's no way I can engage them. And he's the only one left, really? I'm gonna... yeah, he's coming over, so that's great. And so... he's coming over. We're going to wait for him. It looks like they're just gonna stand there for a bit. They can't park, so that's a big deal. However, they will certainly start to shoot at us when they'll see us, I guess. Look at that. It should soon start to rout, but it probably is not going to rout if it won't take any casualties. Let's see if my troops can throw javelins, if they go close enough. If these can throw javelins, then all is certainly not lost. So, what's it gonna be? Yes, the soldiers. No, they're not taking javelins. However, these are not shooting. Yeah, they are shooting their ballista. But that's not... okay, look at that. This ballista is certainly hitting us. Okay, they they're having a blast here. Look at this guy. Yes, he released. The rope and it goes down. Boom. Okay, so our soldiers certainly they cannot throw anything at them, and it looks like the only thing out here is to just wait a little bit. We did take in a few casualties here, and I don't know how, but maybe there is a way for us to actually get them. On the shore. I don't know if there is such a way. I need the cavalryman to go forward here. Maybe this will lure them in a little bit. I don't know. I can't suspect that it has packed out to the limit. What's it gonna be? These ships are very nicely made. I like the swords on the sides of the ship and at the front. Alright, this is certainly not going to make things any more easy for me. It looks like I just have to retreat from this battle this time and come back a little bit later. Obviously, by holding Plaza, I certainly am not going to have this. As a victory, because their captain won't go away, and I'm not going. Wait! Look at that! Look at that! He moved. Wow, that's good. That's really good. I think he unbugged just before I retreated. My cavalry just retreated, and this fool decided to go back. Oh no, he's not coming back. He's such a like a ranged unit there that he's probably not going to even land. But for 1 second there, I thought that it's all over. That he's going to finally choose the right place to embark. Let's see what he's up to anyway. And it's done, finally. It looks like they'll be heading for the town center now that they think that the ghost is clear. Look at that, we almost left the entire city due to this 40-man ship. And they turned their back, so they are certainly gonna go back to their ships and sail away. That's good, look at that. They inflicted 303 casualties.